What's up everyone, and welcome back to another New Comic Book Day haul. I am your host AR Comics, and today I'm going to be going over my top 10 list for New Comic Book Day, June 9th, 2021. We had some awesome books come out this week. Aftershock finally released their new one, Bunny Mask issue number 1. Boom Studios had Eve issue number 2 coming out, and there were so many other good ones. But before I get started on this top 10 list, if you are new to the channel, I drop weekly comic book content that'll keep you up to date on all the latest releases. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you hit the subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new content. You won't regret it. And now, without further ado, let's get started on this week's top 10 list. So I hope you all had a fantastic New Comic Book Day and you picked up all the books you wanted to read this week. So real quick, before I get started off on this top 10 list, I just want to say thank you all so much. This channel just recently hit 5,000 subscribers. That is incredible to me. There's at least 5,000 people out there that still love reading their comic books. See, it's not all about flipping and speculation. These books have incredible stories to tell, and I just love looking at the artwork that goes with it. So with that, I just want to say thank you all so much again. I can't wait to keep talking and discussing comic books with you guys. So I did pick up 11 issues this week. One of them did not make the cut, and before I get started off on that one issue, as always, there could be spoilers. I get really excited talking about these books. Usually I'm pretty good about letting you know that a spoiler is about to happen, but just be aware, spoilers can and probably will happen. So this is the first book. This is the only one that did not make the cut this week. It's Marvel's new one, Web of Spider-Man, issue number 1. This is cover A. I'm not going to be getting too in-depth with it. I think the web stands for Worldwide Web Brigade. To me, it felt very childish. It was more for kids, in my opinion. Moon Girl, Squirrel Girl made an appearance, and I don't know. The artwork, not bad, but the story itself, like I was saying, it just felt like it was more for kids. I won't be continuing on with this series, so I'm going to be getting this one out of the way, and now let's get started on the real top 10 list. And here we go, kicking this list off this week, we've got coming in at number 10, this is Aftershocks, Maniac of New York, issue number 5. This is the end of the series for those of you reading it. I thought they did an okay job with it overall. I felt like the story itself didn't really have any real purpose. If you read the first 2 issues, you read the rest of the series. We didn't really get any closure, nothing really wrapped up. It was just, to me, basically the same issue being rewritten a different way. This issue dealt a little bit pretty much right where the last one left off, and just nothing really happened with it. Harry's still on the loose, the detectives are kind of going back and forth at each other. It's almost like people are trying to move on with their lives after this major incident just happened, and then it kind of just goes from there. I don't really want to spoil how it ended, but like I said, they left it on kind of a cliffhanger. We didn't really get too much closure, and I just want so much more info. Maybe if they would have spread these issues out a little bit more, gave us a couple more issues, maybe turned it into an 8-issue run, we could have gotten a little bit more info, possibly some backstory on Harry, and the rest of the story itself would have made a little bit more sense. So for those reasons, I really wouldn't suggest reading it. I thought it was just very okay, but for those reasons, we have Maniac of New York, issue number 5, coming in at number 10. Next up, we've got coming in at number 9 this week. This is Behemoth's brand new one, Freak Snow, issue number 1. This is cover A, and at first I was really happy I was able to pick this one up. I didn't think I was going to be able to find it, but after I read it, I really don't know how I feel about it. The artwork and the story, it kind of reminded me of Borderlands, the video game. If you've ever played that growing up, it just gave me those vibes. The artwork, I really didn't like it. I didn't think it flowed well with the story, and at times it just kind of looked like it all mushed together. As far as the story itself goes, it didn't make a lot of sense to me either until about maybe the midway point, towards the end. Maybe that's just me. So what this story is about is we got this main character. It's set in post-apocalyptic times like a lot of other stories are right now. The whole world is frozen over and he's on his own. He runs into a couple people, they get into a little fight, things go from there, but the rest of the story is basically just him. Maybe he's crazy, maybe he's not. There's a lot of things going on within him and he's trying to figure some things out. I'm not going to be spoiling a lot. Like I said, it made more sense towards the end. I think I'm going to have to give this one a reread though. If you did read this one, let me know what you think about it down low. I'm on the fence if I'm going to be continuing on with this one, but for those reasons, we have Freak Snow, issue number 1, coming in at number 9. Next up on my list, we've got coming in at number 8 this week. This is AWA Upshots, Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal, issue number 2. This is cover A. I thought this issue was pretty good. I really liked the first one, and I've talked to a lot of people who did not like the first one, and those same people did not like this one either. While I did think this one was okay, I see where they're kind of coming from with this story right now. I think the reason I really liked the first one is because of basically the shock of it. We've got Marjorie Finnegan. She's basically just traveling through time, stealing stuff, disrupting that time period, and just kind of of doing whatever she wants. And there's consequences to it, but we don't really see those consequences kind of until this issue. That's where we kind of get the tone of where the series is going a little bit more. We see Marjorie Finnegan as the person she really is. She's just racked up all these crimes. She stole so much stuff. And now she's face to face with her sister, who's basically a time traveling cop. And they were just basically talking the entire issue so Marjorie can get out of the trouble she's in. Where the last issue left us picked up with this issue, and it basically ended at the exact same spot, if that helps at all. So for those reasons, this series, while I still do recommend it, I love AWA Upshot. I think this series is pretty decent so far. For those reasons, we've got Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal, issue number 2, coming in at number 8. Next up on the list, we've got coming in at number 7 this week. This is DC's The Joker, issue number 4. This is cover A, and I am still loving this series. Thank you all so much for the DC recommendations on this one. So the series to me just keeps getting better and better with these issues. I'm loving what they're doing with Commissioner Gordon. There's so many of these issues where it's just monologue with him. He's dealing with his own personal problems. He's trying to figure out what he needs to do, and he's trying to figure out if he's still even a decent person. I'm loving that portion of the series. There's a lot of other stuff that's going on. This issue in particular, there was a lot of action. We saw Commissioner Gordon. He picked up, like I said, right where the last issue left off. He's face to face with the Joker right now. Bane's daughter shows up. Other people show up too, and it's just an all-out brawl. Everybody is fighting. There's a ton of action, and a lot of stuff happens from there. I highly suggest checking out this series. Like you guys already know, I'm not the biggest of DC fans. I even talk about it. Everything that I read with Batman, I feel like, oh, it's Batman and Joker. It's Joker versus the Batman. It's just that. This one just focuses on Commissioner Gordon just dealing with his problems. Is he a good person? I'm loving it. James Tynion, as always, is killing it. So for those reasons, we've got The Joker, issue number 4, coming in at number 7. Next up, we've got coming in at number 6 this week. This is Marvel's Spider-Man, Spider's Shadow, issue number 3. This is cover A, and I am loving what Chip Zdarsky has done with this series so far. Not just with this series, but everything he has been writing, he has been on absolute fire with. So with this series, he has just taken a character that we've known to love and adore and turned him into an absolute monster and a menace, and I am loving it. This issue picks up right where the last one left off. All of the villains, they have teamed up. They are together, and they are ready to go to take down Spider-Man once and for all. He has been reckless. He has been doing whatever he wants, and he has been killing criminals. So now they have teamed up. They're ready to fight him, and this entire issue is pretty much complete action. It was so cool to see them all fighting each other. A little bit more happens towards the end. Peter Parker now has to deal with everything that he's been doing this entire time. So we're going to see where that one goes. Definitely check this series out. We've got Spider-Man, Spider Shadows, issue number 3, coming in at number 6. And now we're down to the top 5 issues of the week. We have coming in at number 5 this week. This is Boom Studios. Proctor Valley Road, issue number 4. This is cover A, and this has been such a fun read so far. I am loving this story. So the artwork, it definitely is more on the cartoonish side, but it fits very well with the story. But the story itself has been such an awesome mystery, and I'm a big fan of mysteries, so they got me hooked right from the get-go. I want to know what's going on in Proctor Valley Road, and with this issue, we find out a little bit more info on this landlady. It's been each issue, we just get a little piece of the puzzle, just a little bit more every time, and every time I finish the issue up, I just want a little bit more. This one, definitely a little bit more on the slower side, but they were just doing detective work the entire time. I love seeing the girls banter and just going back and forth. I just think it's a fun story. So for those reasons, definitely check out Proctor Valley Road if you still can. I'm pretty sure it's up to 2nd and 3rd prints at this point, but we've got Proctor Valley Road, issue number 4, coming in at number 5. And now we've got coming in at number 4 this week. This is Marvel's Strange Academy, issue number 11, and Who Shattered Toth? This is another mystery issue, and I thought it was so cool. I'm loving all these mysteries. I just got done talking about it with Proctor Valley Road. It does something for me. I can totally see why some people don't like this series, though. I've talked about it before. I've compared it to Disney's Harry Potter, so if you're not a Harry Potter fan, you might not like this one either. It is more, I guess, kind of on the kids' side. There's not a lot of adult things that happen in it. There's not gore. There hasn't been a lot of fighting either, but it's just such a nice, fun story. So with this one, it was a mystery issue. Who shattered Toth? They were basically trying to figure that out the entire time. They brought Howard the Duck investigator PI into it too. I thought that was a really cool surprise. They continued on with that issue. They were just basically interviewing the kids the entire time for this issue. I thought it was really cool. We got to see the kids kind of interact with Howard the Duck, which ones were really nice, which ones are kind of smart asses, and just, I don't know, just a fun series. So for those reasons, we've got Strange Academy, issue number 11, coming in at number 4. And now we're down to the final 3 issues of the week. We have coming in at number 3 this week. This is Images. Geiger, issue number 3. This is cover A, and I am loving this series. These issues just keep getting better and better by the issue. This one picks up pretty much where the last one left off, but the really cool thing about this one is we got so much backstory. So we got to see the Glow Man, basically how he became the Glow Man. We got to see what happened to the family. We got to see Glow Man's interactions, not just with the 2 kids, but also his first encounter with the king. We got to see that fight, and it was just so awesome. I can't wait to see where they go with this one. I'm definitely excited for it, and if you're loving this series just as much as I am, let me know what you think about it down below. I'm trying not to spoil too much for this issue, but basically to sum it up, we got a ton of backstory and basically what led them to where they are right now in this current issue. So for those reasons, we've got Geiger, issue number 3, coming in at number 3. Next up on my list, we've got coming in at number 2 this week. This is Boom Studios. Eve, issue number 2. This is cover A, and this series continues to do it for me. I am loving it. To me, this series has all the makings to being an incredible ongoing one, but sadly, I don't think it's going to be going past the 5 issues that it's slotted for, but I hope I'm wrong. So with this issue, we get a lot of answers that we were looking for from the first issue. We got to see the scientists, what they were up to this whole time, how they're trying to fix the planet. But to me, the cool thing about this issue is that we finally get to see Eve and Wexler, the little humanoid teddy bear. They have left the compound and they are now in the world. We get to see New York City for what it is right now and just how the whole world has gone to shit. We also get some backstory as to how it all happened, and I thought that was awesome as well. Basically, global warming happened and it just led to all these other things. It was basically just a virus, to sum it up. I'm not going to be spoiling what the virus is, what happens to you if you get the disease, but it's pretty cool. It's a nice idea, and just the artwork was colorful, and even the pages that didn't have any dialogue on it, I was just in awe looking at the art. But then we get a nice little twist at the very end as well, and I cannot wait to see where they go with this series. Boom Studios, please make this one an ongoing. But for those reasons, we have Eve, issue number 2, coming in at number 2. And here we go, my top read of the week. We have coming in at number 1 this week. This is Aftershock's highly anticipated series, Bunny Mask, issue number 1. This is cover A, and I loved it. Honestly, I didn't even think I was going to be able to grab a copy this week, so I'm so happy I was able to get one. Thank you, New World Comics in Oklahoma City. You guys are the best. So with this issue, I loved it. It was creepy. It was weird. It was a mystery, and it just kept getting better and better as the issue went on. The artwork I thought was okay. It reminded me of Maniac of New York's, a little bit better than that, but definitely was kind of on the same page as that. It did grow on me as the issue went on, and honestly, I think it went very well with the story. I don't even know where to begin with this story. I feel like if I talk about it at all, it's definitely going to be major spoilers, and I kind of just want to talk about this one a little bit more down low. So here are just a little bit of spoilers, so get ready for it. If you don't want to hear it, just continue on to the end of this video. But with this one, we got to see some past, we got to see the present, and basically what led this main character to where he is right now. We're dealing with someone who might be a little crazy, could possibly be worshiping a god or a ghost or somebody, and just, I'm telling you, it was a very weird, crazy issue. Definitely, let's talk about this one a little bit down low. I can't spoil this one for you. You gotta read it for yourself. So we've got Bunny Mask, issue number 1, coming in at number 1. So what do you guys think about this week's new comic book day? Bunny Mask issue number 1, hands down the top read of the week. Eve issue number 2, I love that one as well. That was going to be my number 1 choice until I read Bunny Mask. I saved that one for the very end. Let me know down low in the comment section what your top issue was of the week. And thank you for watching my video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my upcoming content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new content. You won't regret it. And I've got 2 more videos sitting off to the side here with more of my comic book content. Click on one of those and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.